What up, fam? Today we cover a viewer request and make you look like a genius by solving the Rubik's Cube. Stay tuned. Now, the real trick to solving this puzzle is knowing a set sequence of moves known as algorithms. So let's quickly go over a couple of those, as well as some basic block movements. We'll start with the right-handed algorithm, which will be denoted by a little R at the bottom corner of your screen. Start by turning the rightmost edge of your cube 1/4 turn in a clockwise direction. Now do the same with the top edge, turning it in a clockwise direction 1/4 turn as well. Now we'll turn our rightmost edge back counterclockwise 1/4 turn. And do the same to the top, turning it back counterclockwise 1/4 turn as well. Our left side algorithm, marked with an L, is exactly the same, but in reverse. So start by rotating that leftmost edge counterclockwise 1/4 turn. Then do the same to the top edge, turning it counterclockwise 1/4 turn as well. Now turn that left edge back clockwise 1/4 turn. And then the top back clockwise 1/4 turn. I'll also be using this F and forward arrow symbol to let you know you need to turn the face 1/4 turn clockwise. The F with the back arrow symbol means to turn the face back counterclockwise. Finally, the single arrows either mean to turn the entire block 1/4 turn to the right or 1/4 turn to the left. Cool, with that out of the way, let's get started. First things first, we want to make this daisy pattern. Named that because it has a yellow center and white petals just like a daisy. So start with the side with the yellow middle and try to turn all these edge pieces white. This mostly just consists of locating the white edge pieces and maneuvering them into position. Now, you don't need to know any real special moves to do this, just kind of twist it around until it works. It's a very simple sequence to get, and you shouldn't have any trouble getting to this step. Once you've got the petals of your daisy in place, notice that each one of the petals has a color underneath it. For example, this one's red. For our next step, we want to turn our daisy until that red block matches the center red block. Once you've paired them, turn that entire face until that little row of red blocks faces down. Now just go around doing the same thing, turning your daisy petals around to match with the colors underneath them, and then turning that whole face until it's pointing to the bottom. Once all the petals of your daisy have been picked, turn the block over and you should see a white cross. You'll also find that the first two center blocks on the surrounding faces are done as well. For our next step, we're going to want to turn the rest of this face white by filling in these corners. With your white cross facing down, find a corner block in your top row with a white face. Then turn that top row until the other two colors that are on that block match with the colors in the centers of the two faces adjacent to them. Now just repeatedly do the right-handed algorithm that we went over earlier until that white block makes its way down into the correct position. Let's do that one more time, just a little slower. So we turn this white corner piece into position so that the other two colors, the red and green, are between the faces that have a red and green center. With the block we want to move in the upper right-hand corner, we perform the right-handed algorithm, turning the right edge clockwise 1/4 turn, the top edge clockwise 1/4 turn, then the right edge counterclockwise 1/4 turn, and the top edge counterclockwise 1/4 turn. As you can see, our block has already changed positions. Now just repeat that right-handed algorithm until it's in the correct position. Just keep doing that until the whole bottom face is white. You'll also notice at this point that your entire first row is completed. To complete our second row, we need to fill in these edge pieces. To do that, we're going to have to use both the left and right algorithm. Start by locating one of the edge pieces you want to move. Here, I'm choosing a green and orange block. Now twist that top row until the color on the face matches with a center block color. Now we're going to want this green face to be on the same side as the green center, which means we want this block to move to the left edge of our cube. Start by turning that block a 1/4 turn away from the direction you want it to go. Now since we wanted it to go left, we're going to use the left algorithm first. Now turn the entire cube a 1/4 turn to the right. Then perform the right algorithm. Once we complete that sequence, you'll see that our green and orange block is in the correct spot. In this next example, you see we match our orange centers up and need to move this blue block over to the right side. So we turn our top row 1/4 in the opposite direction we want to go. Then, since we want that block to go right, we do the right-hand algorithm first. Once that's done, we turn our cube 1/4 of a turn to the left, then perform the left-hand algorithm. Again, you can see this sequence moved our block into place. Just keep following that easy pattern, and you'll have more than half the block done in no time. Rolling right along, now we're going to want to make a yellow cross. Now, if you're really lucky, you might already have one, and you can skip this step. If you're like this example though, you already have one line of your cross completed. If that's the case, hold your block so that line goes across the top horizontally. Now rotate the face clockwise 1/4 turn. Next, perform the right-handed algorithm, and then turn your face back counterclockwise to reveal the cross. Instead of the line, you may also run into this little corner shape. If that's the case, position on the top on the right-hand corner. Now rotate the first 2 faces 1/4 turn, then perform the right-hand algorithm. Once you're done with that, move those 2 faces back 1/4 of a turn, leaving you with your cross. Now, I wasn't able to make this happen, but it's possible that you could find yourself with a single yellow block in the middle. If that happens, follow the steps we just did for the straight line, and you'll see it leave you with that little corner shape. Now just do the sequence we did for that shape, and you should be left with the cross. Next, we have to make sure our corner pieces here are in the right position. You'll know they're in the right positions when all of the colors on their faces correspond with the center blocks on the faces around them. So in this example, the red, yellow, and blue of that corner block match the red, yellow, and blue faces. This orange, yellow, blue block, though, doesn't belong here with this green and red face. To make it right, these 2 blocks need to switch places. To do this, align those 2 blocks along the top right edge, then perform the right algorithm 3 times. Now, turn the whole cube 1/4 turn to the left, and perform the left algorithm 3 times. By doing this, my 2 blocks switch places, and now all of my corners are correct. Now, you may run into the issue where the 2 blocks that you have to switch are diagonal from each other. If this is the case, perform the same sequence of movements we just did with the block in any orientation. Once you're done, you'll be left with 2 blocks that need to be moved adjacent from each other. This is the same position we were in earlier, so you just perform that whole technique one more time. Essentially, you're just doing that 3 right, turn, 3 left movement twice. Now that we have all those blocks in the right position, you'll notice the orientation is still wrong and needs to be flipped up so that the yellow side is facing up. To do this, turn the entire block over so the white side is facing up. Now make sure one of the blocks that need to be corrected is in the bottom right-hand corner, and perform the right-hand algorithm until it's in the correct position. Now, keeping the rest of the cube in the same position, spin the bottom row until the next block that needs to be corrected is in that bottom right-hand corner position. Then use the right-hand algorithm again until it's correct. Now you simply repeat this, turning that bottom row until that right-hand corner has the piece you want to change, and doing the right-hand algorithm until it's correct. And don't worry, once you're done with this step, all the rest of your blocks will return back to their original position. Sweet! With our yellow phase complete, we only have one more step to finish this up. Now you'll notice everything is correct except the edge pieces along this top row here. Now this is the biggest sequence of movements we've done so far, so just be careful with this step. It goes like this. First we'll do the right algorithm once, then the left algorithm once, then the right algorithm 5 times, and the left algorithm 5 times to finish it off. So here we go. We'll do the right algorithm once, the left algorithm once, the right algorithm 5 times, then the left algorithm 5 times. Then as you can see here, one more little turn on the top, and bam, that cube is solved. Now just to make sure we got all our bases covered, you might run into a situation where one face is complete, but all of the other faces have that one edge piece that's incorrect. If that's the case, just make sure that finished edge is facing you. Then perform the sequence exactly like we did before. And with that, you're ready to amaze and astound everybody with the power of your intellect. I hope you enjoyed this skill, and don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe so you know when I release new content. And as always, keep leveling up, you.